The question is, what does the hiring of Eric Magnuson as the litigator for Tom Emmer mean? Well, a couple things. One is Eric Magnuson was the Minnesota Supreme Court justice who sat on the canvassing board during the Al Franken Norm Coleman recount. He actually angered Republicans because of his fairness involved in that. And when the debate before the canvassing board raised by the Franken team about allowing wrongly rejected absentee ballots rose up, eventually it was Chief Justice Magnuson who really was the tipping point and allowed those votes to come in, and that went up to the Supreme Court. I think it's, if I'm a Republican or even someone who's interested in having a fair process here in the recount, I think it's a great hire by Tom Emmer. Eric Magnuson to me would be viewed as sort of the anti-Tony Sutton. He's the un-Tony Sutton. He's not blustery. He's thoughtful. He's fair. He's definitely a Republican, and he was Tim Pawlenty's law partner and supposed pal, but he had a falling out with Pawlenty really over the issue of the state budget and how much the courts were funded. So it really raises the debate to me to a great level, actually, and as a Minnesotan, it makes me feel a bit better. That's not saying he's not a strong advocate and won't go to the mat for Tom Emmer, but it is to say I think that there's a new level of civility that might have just gotten into this recount that we weren't expecting.
Does that suggest any more ties between Emmer and Pawlenty, given that Magnuson has had ties from Martin Johnson?
Not really. I've always wondered about how close Tim Pawlenty and Eric Magnuson are. But here's what I do know, too, is that Eric Magnuson now, because of his time on the canvassing board, is an election law expert. And two members of the canvassing board now, the new canvassing board, are Supreme Court Justice Paul Anderson, who was involved in the recount. In my book, This Is Not Florida, the title is something that he said in the courtroom. This is not Florida, meaning this is not Bush v. Gore. And the second canvassing board member is Denise Riley, who is one of the three-judge panel. So we now have some real experts involved in this recount, and that's good. We don't have any amateurs here. It's exciting.